Hi guys! Now that we've seen a good portion of the instruments available in PowerPoint, it is time for another practical example. We'll continue to build on our skill set by applying in practice the concepts learned so far. We will do that by creating an organizational structure scheme, a diagram that shows the structure of an organization and the relationship between its parts. The higher a person stands in an organizational structure, the more houses and cars he owns. I'm joking, of course, but it's kind of true. Let's start filling in our blank PowerPoint slide. The title of the slide will be Organizational Structure. The information that we need in order to create this slide is displayed in the right part of the screen. We can read the names and the roles of key personnel in a firm which operates internationally. Let's use this information in order to create a scheme. I would not include the names of the individuals who are working on the respective positions, as this slide will be a generic representation of the organizational structure chosen by this company. Let's start by inserting a rectangular box at the top of the page. Here we will have the CEO of the company. I'll click on Edit Text and type CEO within the box. The title will have a font size of 14. Let's change the font of the text within the box to Arial. Let's open the Format Shape menu. I'd like to modify the fill of the box to dark red. In addition to that, I'll remove the shape's outline and we'll introduce a shadow effect that is transparent at 90%. Very good. Let's emphasize the text by putting it in bold. Now we can use Ctrl+D and duplicate this box. It seems that the person below the company's CEO is the general manager. I will place the new box exactly below the old one. The Align Left command contained in the Quick Access Toolbar button would allow me to do that. Let's change the shape's fill. I'll right-click on it and apply an orange color. The next level of responsibility in our scheme will be the one that's assigned to the Domestic Sales Manager and to the Export Sales Manager. I assume that they have an equal ranking within the firm. I'll create 2 copies of one of the boxes above, and we'll use auto alignments in order to place the 2 copies at the same horizontal level. Let's color the 2 shapes in gray and type Domestic Sales Manager and Export Sales Manager. The lowest level of the organizational pyramid that we created will be occupied by the 5 country representatives that we see on the sheet in the right part of the screen. I'll duplicate one of the boxes above 5 times. Then I'll select only the new copies and will reduce their size from the Format tab. We can use the Align Bottom command in order to align the fixed boxes. After that, I will simply move one of them to the right. Now we can select all 5 boxes and apply Distribute horizontally in order to obtain an even amount of space between them. Let's change their fill color to pink. I'll type in each box one of the countries that we see on the right. US, UK, France, Germany, and Sweden. Very well. Our scheme is almost ready. We are missing a few important details, though. Let's insert a large rectangular box that will serve as a background of the scheme. I'll insert this large shape. Change its fill color to light gray, and we'll remove its outline. We'll have to use the send to back in order to be able to see the scheme and have the light gray shape as a background. Very well, it functioned. Our next task is to add arrow connector lines at each level in order to highlight the relationship between the various positions within the firm. I'll open the Insert tab, and we'll click on Shapes. Here, I'll choose a straight line connector. Do you remember how we attach a connector to a shape? When we position the mouse over the shape, dots appear on each of its sides. We have to attach the connector to one of these dots. Simple as that. Elbow connectors are preferred for shapes that do not stand exactly below each other. Given that our boxes are aligned perfectly, the elbow connectors will form a straight angle. Okay, let's insert connectors for the last level of shapes. As you can see, I am copying the old connector line in order to be faster. I will change the line fill to dark blue. We will be able to make the whole scheme clearer by adding connector lines. Animations are a great way to create entrance effects for objects in a PowerPoint slide. Let's add a fade effect to the objects in our scheme. I will start at the top, selecting the CEO box and assigning a fade effect. Then I will repeat the same thing with the General Manager box. I'll select the Domestic Sales Manager and Export Sales Manager contemporaneously, and we'll click on Fade. Then I'll select the 5 boxes at the bottom of the scheme and we'll assign them with a fade entrance effect. The slide is ready. Let's turn on slideshow mode and check out the animation effects that we created. Very elegant, right?